fatal incident in Changsha, Hunan Province, has raised concerns about the safety and quality of high-rise buildings. On August 1st, a 21-year-old female gamer was struck on the back of the head by a concrete block that fell from a high-rise while walking in the evening, resulting in her death. She was set to get engaged to her boyfriend during the Mid-Autumn Festival. Residents of the building had reported severe water leakage in the exterior walls and applied for repair funds, but no significant repairs were made in the year that followed. Online reactions reflect widespread concern, with many noting that poorly constructed buildings over the past 30 years have created safety hazards. Some say it's no longer safe to walk outside, as falling debris could strike at any moment. Oh my gosh, this building is only a little over 10 years old, and look at it now. A 70-year leasehold property, and it's already in this state? Look at the exterior. It's falling apart. My goodness, this building's barely been around for 10 years. Which department? Which leader? Can you please come check this out? This water pipe is about to fall off. I've already reported this to the property management, but it seems like nothing's happening. I don't even know which department or leader to go to. Look at this. This water pipe's as tall as a 15-story building. What's going on with our neighborhood? Why is it in this state? This is a school district property. It shouldn't be falling apart like this. You need to take a look. From July 22nd to August 9th, social media users posted videos alleging that a super tall building in Wuhan, constructed by China State Construction Engineering Corporation, has significant quality issues. The videos showed walls so poorly built that a person could easily create large holes by hand, with exterior cement also falling off. After being posted on Douyin, CSCEC reported the videos, leading to their removal. Under Chinese housing policy, buyers receive property ownership and land use rights for up to 70 years, with the land use right automatically renewed upon expiration. However, no clear regulations specify whether renewal incurs costs, leaving a policy gap. Many real estate experts describe the 70-year ownership as a potential trap.
You spend millions on a house with a 70-year leasehold. It sounds like a great deal, right? Just pay a little land use fee when the term's up, and the house is still yours. Don't let that number fool you. I'm telling you, a 70-year leasehold is the biggest trap. Why do mortgages only last 30 years and not 70? The real reason is, after 30 years, your house might not even be livable.
The vlogger explained that the design life of buildings in China is typically 50 years, often even shorter. Consider Beijing's neighborhoods from the 1980s and 1990s. Most are undergoing renovations. Many owners still paying mortgages must also cover repair costs. Thus, it's more practical to focus on a building's livable lifespan than on property rights after 70 years.
You really
think a house can last 70 years? For people with no experience in life, they think the house will last 70 years just because it's a 70-year lease. But those of us who've been through life, we know the house only lasts 50 years because the building's design life is just 50 years. Actually, balconies are only designed to last 40 years. Exterior insulation, pipes, and underfloor heating only last 20 years. And things like bathroom waterproofing and elevators only last 15 years. So if you ask someone who's had a tough experience, they'll tell you that with the current quality of residential buildings, 15 years is really good. After 15 years, all kinds of problems start to show up, and you'll be facing a housing crisis. Industry insiders note that most high-rise residential buildings in China, built within the last 20 years, are already showing structural and equipment issues within a few years, causing significant challenges for homeowners. For instance, in the incident mentioned at the video start, where falling cement struck a person, the building was developed by Beijing North Star in July 2007 for 9.2 billion yuan, setting a national record for land transaction value and earning the title Land King. Over the next decade, this development, dominated by high-rise and super-tall buildings, often led Changsha's residential sales. However, the building where the cement fell, completed in December 2015, showed clear exterior wall deterioration within a decade. As early as April last year, residents reported falling drywall to the media, expressing concerns about high-altitude debris, yet the issue remained unresolved. Beyond exterior wall issues, high-rise residents are increasingly concerned about elevators. These daily use facilities should be safe and reliable, but they have become frequent sources of accidents where even minor oversights can disrupt travel and endanger lives.
The elevator's starting to drop. The elevator's starting to drop. Help, help. No one's here to help me. Homeowners, you need to find the property management and get them to help me. Call 120 and send me to the hospital. My arms and my legs are cramping up. My heart can't take it.
On August 7th, a harrowing incident occurred in a high-rise in Luzhou, Guangxi. Ms. Wang, a resident, was trapped in an elevator on the 24th floor and sent an urgent voice message to the residents group. Others arrived to find the elevator doors slightly ajar, about the width of a fist but unopenable. After a technician arrived and the elevator began descending, Ms. Wang was found unconscious on the 8th floor, having crawled out. She was rushed to the hospital and later stabilized. In Heze, Shandong Province, a social media user posted a video exposing a broken elevator in a 31-story residential building, with property management failing to arrange repairs. Residents, including the elderly and children, were forced to climb stairs daily. The management responded that repair costs were high, requiring 70% of residents' signatures to accept public maintenance funds, but over 20 households had not yet signed. Over the course of more than a year, it's been repaired over 100 times, and now no one dares to ride it. We're all on edge every day. In Changsha, residents of a community have complained about frequent elevator malfunctions in their new building. One resident, who has lived there for just over 3 months, shared her terrifying experience.
I've only been living here for a little over 3 months, and the elevator has already scared me twice. The second time was the worst. I was going from the basement to the 25th floor. When I got to the 18th floor, the elevator suddenly stopped with a big bang. I was so scared. I quickly pressed all the buttons, but none of them worked. Then the elevator suddenly dropped. It fell to the 15th floor and then stopped with a loud bang again. Then it dropped again to the 11th floor. I was so terrified I couldn't move.
Even more astonishing, a vlogger living in the 16th floor described how a strong gust of wind blew out their entire window. In Weihe, Shandong Province, another bizarre incident occurred when the balconies of a building suddenly collapsed.
I've never seen a building collapse like this. In a residential community in Weihai, the balconies from the 6th to the 2nd floor suddenly all fell off. They always say real estate is the investment of a lifetime, right? But how is it that when I wake up, the balconies are gone? This building is less than 10 years old. When I bought the property, they said it was a project of the century, with quality being the top priority. But now the owners can break apart the concrete with their bare hands. Even the building blocks I made are sturdier than this.
This building was built in the early 90s, so it's just turned 30 years old. And look, the concrete and slabs are all cracked. The reason our homes are usually designed to last 50 years is that the steel inside the reinforced concrete expands as it oxidizes, which causes the concrete to crack. This is a tough problem to fix, but now, with steel frame buildings, the lifespan can reach 100 years. But these buildings, after less than 30 years, are already showing exposed rebar and cracks. They become unsafe. Many homeowners report that buildings over 15 years old face frequent issues, including aging electrical wiring, elevator malfunctions, water leaks, and power outages. A waterproofing expert vlogger stated in a video that over the past 30 years, billions of square meters of poorly built buildings have been constructed, with most basements now resembling water curtain caves that cannot be repaired. Industry insiders explain that persistent issues in residential buildings stem from deeper causes. First, past construction booms prioritize speed over quality, compromising building standards. Second, routine maintenance is often neglected, with needed repairs and replacements ignored. Most challenging is the bureaucratic approval process for maintenance funds, involving multiple departments and lengthy procedures, leading to delays. The Changsha incident, where a young woman was killed by falling cement, exemplifies this. Despite being reported a year earlier, repair funds were not allocated, stalling repairs and resulting in tragedy. Maintenance funds, intended for repairs and upgrades to shared building areas and facilities, are typically paid by residents at the time of purchase. However, Accessing these funds is challenging. Media reports show that approval can take months or even 3 to 4 years. The process requires multiple reviews by the Homeowners Committee, Property Management, Local Street Office, and Housing Authority, plus homeowners' meeting vote. Delays at any stage leave aging buildings in prolonged despair. Adding to the frustration, China's civil code requires that maintenance fund use be approved by at least 2/3 of homeowners, both by property area and number, with over half of those voting in agreement. A Beijing vlogger noted that the city's largest communities, with tens of thousands or even over 100,000 households, face near impossible challenges gathering 2/3 of homeowners for a vote. Xin'ao in Beijing's Dongchen district, the first residential community to use public maintenance funds for exterior renovations, has drawn attention. However, the project faces issues. The actual construction area exceeded the bid estimate, prompting the contractor to request an additional 1.5 million yuan, requiring a vote from the 4 affected buildings' homeowners. By August 11, only about 12% had voted, far below the legal threshold. Prolonged disputes and complex procedures have frustrated some residents, who see it as irrelevant, yet exterior cracks won't self-repair and safety risks persist. Not voting may delay progress and leave issues unresolved. Another vlogger highlighted that housing issues extend beyond unrepairable buildings to unfinished ones. Many buildings reach the topping off stage but remain incomplete for years, with essential installations and work left undone. The vlogger explained the underlying reasons.
一半是梦想。
It's not just this building. The entire area behind it has been abandoned, and it's been like this for 5 or 6 years. I happened to buy into the early phase. If I had waited just another half month or a month, I would have been an owner here too. I bought my property in 2018. It was delivered in 2020. Now, 5 years later, look at this place. It's such a waste. The building is completely topped off, but why hasn't it been handed over? There's something fishy going on here. The vlogger explained that homebuyers' payments go into a third-party bank account under supervision, not directly to developers. Only about 60% of the funds are released after the building is topped off. This is why developers rush to complete the topping off stage quickly, then slow down significantly. Topping off is relatively inexpensive, but subsequent work, doors, windows, plumbing, electrical systems, fire safety, and landscaping accounts for the major costs.
这个钱哪儿去了？我想问问这个钱哪儿去
Where
了
did this money go? I want to know where it went. Well, I can only complain. What else can I do? Like everyone else, the building is abandoned, and we're still paying the mortgage. The most we could do is hold up a banner or smash a few windows at the developer's sales office to vent. What else is there to do?
我在这里住了10多年了。
Guys, here's an abandoned building. I've lived here for over 10 years, and I've never seen any work done on this abandoned building. It's just a cement shell, but just now, I actually heard some sounds, clinking noises, like someone's working inside. I looked closer, and guess what? There was an old worker inside plastering the walls. Is he trying to move a mountain? With just one person working, when will this building ever get finished? Many netizens are puzzled why owners of unfinished buildings remain silent, neither protesting nor speaking out, and continue paying mortgages on abandoned properties each month. A vlogger explained that owners don't protest because the cost is too high. He cited his own community, where an abandoned nearby complex is in a school district, attracting buyers for its school access. Most owners, supporting elderly parents and children, have tried advocating for their rights, but protests take days or even over a week, costing lost wages. While the property is stalled, daily expenses for children and families persist. Very few people can afford prolonged disputes, but developers can easily outlast them. Even determined owners face countless tactics from developers to silence them. More concerning, most owners of unfinished buildings must still pay mortgages. They fear damaging their credit scores and cling to faint hopes that developers will resolve the issues. With generations of savings invested, waiting is often their only option.